Are you ready to finally make that dream a reality? Maybe it's updating your kitchen, paying down high-interest credit cards, or covering tuition. Your home is more than where you live. It's also your most powerful asset. At Unlock, we make it simple to turn equity into options. With a home equity agreement, you can access cash today without taking on monthly payments. Imagine the freedom to invest in your home, reduce financial stress, or finally start that big project you've been putting off. It's your home. It's your future. Unlock it today. Visit unlock.com to learn more about a home equity agreement. That's unlock.com to learn more.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Not available in all states. Actor Portrayal. Home equity agreements are offered by Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc. In certain states, NMLS number 2657081. Visit www.consumeraccess.org for more info.
You're listening to The Black Hour, where real stories feel unreal. Mysterious disappearances, haunted places, the things that shouldn't exist, but do. This episode, a girl alone in a hotel, a disappearance that defies logic, and a truth that may never come to light. Maya Lin was just 21 when she set out on a solo trip across the West Coast. Quiet girl from Seattle, Maya loved books, photography, and posting her travel memories on her blog. She checked in with her parents every day until January 31st. That day, she went silent. She had been staying in a historic downtown Los Angeles hotel called the Hillcrest Inn, room 604. It wasn't fancy, but it had character. Old wood floors, narrow hallways, and a past full of strange rumors. Nothing that ever made the news. Until now. When Maya's parents couldn't reach her, they called the LAPD. A search began. Hotel staff said she hadn't checked out. Her room was still locked from the inside. Nothing looked stolen. Her laptop and suitcase were still there. But Maya was gone. And then the police released footage from one of the hotel's elevators. In the footage, Maya is seen stepping inside the elevator and pressing several buttons. Then she hides in the corner. She peeks out, steps out of the elevator, then back in. At one point, she waves her hands strangely. Her body language shifts from confused to frightened. The elevator doors stay open far longer than normal. No one else is seen. And yet, it's like Maya is reacting to something or someone just outside the camera's view. That's when online theories exploded. Some believed she was having a mental health episode. Others were sure she was being stalked by someone the camera didn't catch. And some believed she was being followed by something supernatural. But the truth was, Maya was gone, and no one knew where. Then, things got even weirder. Guests at the Hillcrest began complaining about the water. It tasted strange. A bittersweet metallic flavor. When you turned the tap on, black water came out for a second before running clear again. One guest said the water smelled off like something rotten. But no one complained at first, they just assumed it was old pipes. Until February 19th, a maintenance worker went to check the roof tanks after a drop in water pressure. He climbed a narrow ladder, opened the heavy metal lid, and found Maya Lin's body. She was floating naked in the dark tank water, decomposed. Her clothes and personal items, camera, watch, and ID were found nearby. Steve Lin's study was the first personal item and ID were found near. The hatch was open. There were no signs of foul play. The autopsy ruled it an accidental drowning. But how? The roof of the hotel was locked and alarmed. Only staff had keys. The water tank lid was heavy and difficult to close from inside. And even if she had somehow made her way up there, why would she take off her clothes and climb in? There were no drugs in her system, no alcohol, no trauma, just an impossible death. And then people started digging into the Hillcrest Inn's past. In the mid-80s, a serial killer lived on the 14th floor. In the early 90s, another murderer was reportedly staying there. suspected of killing 3 women during his time in Los Angeles. In 1962, a woman jumped from her room window, landing on a man below. Both died instantly. No hotel should have this much blood in its history. Was Maya Lin just another chapter in a cursed building's legacy? Or was something else watching her that night? Some stories don't end with answers, only silence. Maya Lin's case remains open in the minds of those who saw the footage, who tasted the water, who wonder what she saw just before the elevator doors finally closed.
This happened back in 2020, maybe 2021. I was still in high school, living with my family in a small, quiet town in the US. The kind of place where people didn't even lock their front doors during the day. I used to do my homework on a Chromebook, usually sitting at the dining table in the living room. My older brother had taken over our shared bedroom since it only had one desk, so I'd set up in the living room, right next to a big window that looked out onto our yard. That window was also close to the garage door and the front door, so yeah, anyone outside could probably see me through the blinds if they were watching. Anyway, one regular summer night, around 11 p.m., I was sitting there, typing away, trying to finish up some assignment. The TV was on in the bath. My family was either in the kitchen or the far side of the room. It was just a chill, normal night. Then I noticed my dad heading out to the garage, probably to grab something or check on the lawn. Nothing out of the ordinary. He'd sometimes go out late at night to water plants or lock things up. A few minutes pass, and suddenly, knock, 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 right on the window beside me. I figured it was just Dad. Maybe he forgot something or needed help. I couldn't see him because the blinds were shut, so I just ignored it, kept typing. But then, knock, 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 again. Louder this time. So I smirked, and just to mess around, I knocked back, right on the glass. And almost instantly, knock, 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 they knocked back. This little game went on for like a minute. Me tapping, them responding, until suddenly, my dad walked right past me, from behind, from inside the house. He looked at me like nothing was wrong, and I just froze. I turned to him, and he goes, "No, I came back in like an hour ago." My heart dropped. I stood up and yanked the blinds open, but there was nothing there. No one, no movement, no sound. I ran to the front door and stepped outside, scanned the yard, checked the garage, looked everywhere. Nothing. No footsteps, no gate opening, just the quiet of the night. After that, I never did homework in the living room again. I moved everything to the kitchen and kept my back to the wall. There's something else that still messes with me. A year or two later, a friend of mine, she lived just a few blocks from our house. Her place got broken into. She was home alone at the time. Nothing was stolen. But when the police showed up, they found her bedroom window wide open and no sign of who came in or how they left. To this day, I don't know who was knocking that night. Maybe just some dumb kid pulling a prank. But our neighborhood, it's always been quiet, safe, normal. And sometimes I still wonder, what if I had opened that window? What if I had been home alone? Would they have come inside? You've been listening to The Black Hour, where the end is never the end. If you're still awake, check your windows. I'll be back when the dark calls again. And hey, if you've lived through something strange, something horrifying, send your story to the email in the description. The Black Hour Podcast 01@gmail.com. Who knows, the next episode.
Just got a new puppy or kitten? Congrats! But also, yikes. Between crates, beds, toys, treats, and those first few vet visits, you've probably already dropped a small fortune, which is where Lemonade Pet Insurance comes in. It helps cover vet costs so you can focus on what's best for your new pet. The coverage is customizable, sign-up is quick and easy, and your claims are handled in as little as 3 seconds. Pro tip, Lemonade offers a package specifically for puppies and kittens. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet. Your future self will thank you. Your pet won't. They don't know what insurance is.